And so, the bodhisattva had established himself, and he took his spot. He took his position. They call it sometimes a throne underneath the Bodhi tree. And I'm one, I very much like snakes, serpents. There was a snake, I just saved a snake today. Good day for me. There's a snake on the road. Shoot it away. What if somebody drives here? They like to be on the road. They don't understand. It's hard for them to understand. They shouldn't need to. Shoot it away. Hope it stayed away. So I like snakes a lot. Snakes are pretty and sweet. And one of my favorite parts of the story, which we've talked about before, is that a huge naga, this huge cobra, king cobra, huge, meaning huge means huge. Huge means, 50 feet long, huge hood. This cobra, Kala, saw this happen, and he was absolutely inspired. And so he came over, and he said, "That was great. That was fantastic." And he praised his strength, and he vowed to protect him. He said, "I will protect you as you do this. I don't know how you're going to do this. I don't know what you're about to do, but I'm here for you." And so he put his coils all around him, and he put his hood over him. And sometimes you'll see sculptures of this, with the Buddha surrounded by this cobra protecting him. Huge. So I love to imagine that. To feel so protected, by this naga, this great being. Well, Māra was just repositioning himself. And when the bodhisattva sat down and began to meditate, because remember, he had known, jhana is the way. Jhana is the way. I'm going to do that now. Well, Māra came back, but this time he came back with his armies. And this part, you should read the accounts. I'm not going to have time to give this to you, but this is in the Buddha Charita, this Ashvaghosha's epic poem about this. The section on this battle is the best section. It's better than the section that he has on all of the things that the harem did in order to keep Siddhartha from leaving home. And that's a pretty intense section. Well, this section is even more vibrant and detailed than that. It's just fantastic. So he comes with his armies, and who are his armies? You know his armies already. We just had one over there. He has sense desires. I don't want to feel bad. Sense desires was one of his legions. Yes? But a whole legion called sense desires. That was the name of the legion. Yes. These beasts with animal heads, spotted bellies, long arms that could uproot trees, fangs. Army of sense desires. The army called, the legion called boredom. You know that one, don't you? It's the clever one. Oh, it's so smart. Yes, Māra is not kidding around. So he brought the boredom squadron. He brought the hunger squadron. Oh, hunger. Don't you want food? Don't you want sustenance? He brought the craving squadron. Make him crave this and crave that. Want this, want that. So that he would come out of integrity just a little bit. He brought the stupor squadron. Yes, let's make him tired. That's what we'll do. He brought the cowardice squadron, didn't he? Yes, he did. He brought the cowardice squadron. The cowardice squadron is a very good squadron. Special forces. He brought the doubt squadron and the malice squadron. Oh, malice, yes, that's a good one. You can always count on that one. The obstinacy squadron, yes? Yes. Obstinacy. Be obstinate. You know how to do this. Do it your way. He brought the gain squadron. What will I get out of this? I'm going to get something out of this. He brought the self-praise squadron and the denigrating squadron. Yes? The praise and denigration. Those are two squadrons that work well together. Yes. Really helping each other out. Okay, let's do some self-praise and some denigration of others. Let's flip it. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's make this all about comparisons. Who's better? Who's worse? As long as we figure that out, I'm sure the path will unfold just fine. He brought his armies. And the bodhisattva, that you can bring your armies. But I will crush these armies that all the world cannot defeat. That's what he said. It's a pretty good one. Yes, all the world can't defeat them, can I? Look at it. It is not doing a good job of defeating these armies. Oh no. These armies are running the world. This is a military dictatorship we're living in. Yes. But he said, I will defeat these armies. And having realized awakening, my disciples will completely end sorrow, spread through the world, serving all beings. Well, those are fighting words. That is a threat to Māra, because that's what Māra is most afraid of. The thing Māra was most terrified about is that this stupid ascetic Gautama was going to get enlightened and then teach it. That would be terrible. So he couldn't have that, could he? And so the attack began. And, it's so good. Imagine this attack, okay? Put yourself there. So there he is, under the tree. Armies coming from every direction. Yes? They have razor-sharp teeth coming to get him. And it's threatening, isn't it? Are you afraid? You should be afraid. If you're not afraid, try meditating. You'll see then he will come. Then you'll actually have these armies coming for you. They have these long, powerful arms, carrying spears the size of trees to kill this ascetic, tearing up the earth as they come, breathing fire. Earth is trembling, wind is swirling, the moon darkens. The animals scatter in fear. Imagine all the animals in that whole area just get out of there. This is going to be terrible, except Kala. Not running. Kala's doing a good job. Everybody else, out of there. The deer run that way. The mice run that way. This is what it's like, you know. This is what it's like. Get ready. They're coming for you. Yes, they are. Yes. It's going to be much worse than you think. You won't be laughing then. It will be terrible. Māra is smart. Māra knows everything he needs to know about you. He knows exactly which legions to deploy. He knows which ones will work for you personally. He's very adaptable and creative. Whatever your patterns are, those are the ones he's going to say, that is really true. You should definitely live your life according to that. Well, it's not surprising that this is what we get, right? Because he was a kshatriya. He was a warrior. So it's not surprising that they decided to attack him violently, right? That's what he was trained to do, so they attacked him violently. A huge ogre, 50 feet tall, with an enormous battle axe, ran toward him and swung the axe. But right as it started coming down, he was paralyzed. And he couldn't move. A demon flew up into the sky, carrying a ball of fire, throwing it down on the bodhisattva. But right there in the air, it broke apart into a million little flames that evaporated into the night. A legion threw their huge spears at him. And yet, once they came near, they fell down harmlessly on the ground. The archers launched their arrows. But in the air above him, they turned into flowers and just dropped down upon him and Kala. So this really matters. This part of the description is really important because Māra is going to come to you and say, and threaten you. Say, if you don't do this, well then, and give you some threat. This is how it works. Māra will come and threaten you and hit you and swing an axe and such. And here's the craziest thing. This is the reason the story is so well told. It's so beautifully put. They're always empty threats. It's incredible. He says, if you don't do this, well then, and then all you have to do is say, well then what? 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 And there's nothing back there. It's incredible. It is incredible. You just sit right there and don't move, and none of it will hit you. None of it. It's incredible. You'll lose this. Show me. I'm going to call your bluff on that. I'm going to sit right here, do your worst. This terrible thing will happen to you. Okay, let's see it. I'm ready. That's what I'm here for. You just sit right there and you don't move. And again, each next threat will just not strike your heart. And they will keep coming. And you don't move. You do not move. Don't move. If you bring up some boredom or some malice or whatever it is, you moved. They struck you. The axe got into your heart. The arrow got into your heart. Do not move. Don't buy in, and there won't be anything there. It's astonishing. You can't believe it, I know. But try it. That's the only way you're going to believe it. All of these threats are going to come. No, you can't live according to your integrity, because if you did, well then, and you say, prove it. Show me how bad that would be. I'm here. I'm right here. Let's see it. And again, there's nothing there. Again and again, it's empty. It's an empty threat. Please face this army with this level of intent, this level of unbreakable intent, this level of unretreating intent, unrelenting intent, pure intent, endless intent, the intent to seek knowledge, the intent to perfectly unite means and wisdom. Face it in that way. Just face it like that. This gives you power over the entire world. The Buddha said, it's astonishing, it's miraculous that this world that's caught up in greed and hatred and ignorance nonetheless listens to me when I tell them relinquish greed, hatred, and ignorance. What an incredible miracle. They believe in it completely, they're infatuated by it, and yet I tell them let it go and they listen. Why? Because he went through this. Because he's saying, you can get out of this ambush by Māra's army. I did. There was nothing there. I defeated the army that the entire world has been conquered by. Do that. Defeat demons. This is one of the essential moments in the Buddha's life. It's listed when they give this short list of the main events in his life. Conquering demons is one of them, right before enlightenment. They put it right there, along with enlightenment and teaching. He conquered the army of demons. But it wasn't over yet. Māra wasn't finished. Māra had one more trick, one more strategy, which many of you know very well. Many of you are very familiar with this strategy.
This is the end of part 2 of 3. To hear more, please go to part 3.